Tom Cruise doesn't just act fast, he lives fast. While most Hollywood stars collect cars as status symbols, Cruise's garage tells a very different story. His collection isn't about flexing wealth or chasing trends. It's about machines that mirror his personality. Relentless, precise, fearless, and just a little obsessive. From a humble compact car that carried him towards stardom to some of the most legendary performance cars ever built, Cruise's automotive journey feels like a parallel script to his career. Every vehicle represents a chapter, ambition, risk, rebellion, and mastery. Buckle up. This is a deep dive into Tom Cruise's extraordinary car collection, including the infamous Bugatti incident that reportedly got him blacklisted by the brand. The beginning, 1976 Dodge Colt. Long before red carpets and private jets, Tom Cruise was just an 18-year-old with a dream and a used car. His first vehicle was a 1976 Dodge Colt, a no-nonsense compact that helped him travel from New Jersey to New York while chasing auditions. The Colt wasn't flashy, fast, or powerful, but it was reliable, and at that stage of his life, that was everything. Interestingly, the Dodge Colt wasn't even truly American. It was a rebadged Mitsubishi Galant, produced during Chrysler's partnership with Mitsubishi in the 1970s. Powered by a modest 1.6-liter engine, it lacked muscle but delivered dependability. That car did something no supercar ever could. It got Cruise to auditions that would change his life forever. There were no stunt doubles, no safety nets, just a young actor driving himself toward uncertainty. Vintage redemption, 1958 Chevrolet Corvette C1. The 1958 Chevrolet Corvette C1 is proof that failure can age beautifully. When it debuted, the C1 struggled. Buyers couldn't decide whether it was a luxury cruiser or a true sports car, and sales reflected that confusion. But time was kind to the design. Today, it's one of the most sought-after Corvettes in history, and one sits in Tom Cruise's garage. Cruise's example isn't just a museum piece. It's been upgraded with a modern 6.2-liter LS3 crate engine, producing around 430 horsepower, nearly double the original output. Paired with a limited slip differential and aggressive gearing, this Corvette can still surprise modern sports cars. The 1958 model also introduced now iconic features like dual headlights and a redesigned interior. What once flopped now stands as a symbol of American automotive redemption. The driver's choice, BMW 3 Series E30. Before becoming a global megastar, Cruise drove something far more understated, an early 1980s BMW 3 Series E30. This was the car of rising professionals in the 1980s. Lightweight, balanced, pure. No turbochargers, no excessive electronics, just a manual gearbox and near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution. Cruise bought the E30 after his breakout roles in Taps and The Outsiders, during the narrow window when he was successful but not yet untouchable. Why keep it when you can afford anything? Because the E30 represents driving in its rawest form. Even today, many enthusiasts argue it delivers a more authentic experience than modern performance cars overloaded with tech. Muscle with attitude. Ford Mustang Saleen S281. Tom Cruise doesn't do subtle when it comes to muscle cars. The Ford Mustang Saleen S281 is one of the most powerful and exclusive Mustangs ever produced, and Cruise reportedly paid $13,000 just to have his shipped overnight so it could appear at the Mission Impossible 3 premiere. Built by Saleen, the S281 takes Ford's V8 and pushes it into serious territory. With a twin-screw supercharger, dual-stage intercooler, and extensive upgrades, the car delivers up to 535 horsepower and 525 pound-foot of torque, launching from 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. Only a small number of supercharged versions were built, making Cruise's bright orange example both rare and unmistakable. It wasn't just transportation, it was a statement. Classic muscle royalty, 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. If Tom Cruise needed a real-world getaway car, it would be the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. This was muscle car brutality at its peak. The SS 396 variant packed a 6.6-liter V8 producing around 350 horsepower, capable of hitting 60 miles per hour in just over 6 seconds, blistering performance for its era. The Chevelle wasn't just fast, it dominated. It ruled drag strips, NASCAR circuits, and American streets alike. Cruise kept one in his collection for years before featuring it prominently in Jack Reacher. That famous chase scene? No CG tricks, no body doubles. Just Cruise manhandling a classic muscle car through narrow streets, proof that his love for cars isn't theoretical. The car that started a war. Bugatti Veyron. The Bugatti Veyron is where things get legendary. Cruise purchased one of the earliest Veyrons for around $2 million, acquiring a machine that redefined what a road car could be. With 1,001 horsepower, a quad-turbo W16 engine, and a top speed exceeding 250 mph, the Veyron was the undisputed king of performance. But during the Mission Impossible 3 premiere, things went sideways. Cruise arrived in the Veyron, stepped out to open the passenger door for Katie Holmes, and the door wouldn't open. In front of cameras, fans, and media, Hollywood's biggest action star wrestled with a hypercar and lost. Reports later surfaced that Bugatti was so embarrassed by the incident that Cruise was quietly blacklisted from purchasing future models. Whether fully true or partially exaggerated, the story became automotive folklore. Air-cooled perfection, Porsche 993. Tom Cruise has always been a Porsche guy. And among all his Porsches, the 993 Generation 911 stands above the rest. The 993 was the last air-cooled 911, representing the end of an era before Porsche went fully modern. Designed by Tony Hatter, it refined the classic 911 silhouette while drastically improving handling and reliability. It introduced the 6-speed manual transmission and was almost entirely redesigned. Only the roof and doors carried over from the previous generation. Cruise has been spotted driving his 993 regularly, suggesting this isn't just a collector piece. It's a driver's car, and one that many purists consider the ultimate 911. Racing for real, Nissan 300ZX Seca race car. Before Days of Thunder, Cruise didn't just act like a racer, he actually raced. With mentorship from Paul Newman, Cruise competed in the Seca Racing Series, driving a heavily modified Nissan 300ZX. The car featured a tuned 3.0-liter V6, performance cams, racing suspension, upgraded exhaust, and full track prep. Cruise was aggressive, sometimes too aggressive. Rival drivers joked that Seca stood for cruise crash, but Newman continued backing him. Years later, the car was discovered in a scrapyard, restored, and sold. A reminder that Cruise's racing chapter was very real, even if it was brief. The movie icon that followed him home, Porsche 928. The Porsche 928 was designed to replace the 911 and failed spectacularly. But its role in risky business made it immortal. After filming the infamous lake scene, Cruise reportedly walked into a dealership and bought his own 928, refusing to let the car's cinematic fate define it. Powered by a front-mounted V8 and built for comfort as much as speed, the 928 quietly faded from Porsche's lineup, but not from Cruise's heart. One example sold for nearly $2 million at auction decades later. Hollywood History on Wheels, 1949 Buick Roadmaster. Few movie cars are co-stars. The 1949 Buick Roadmaster in Rain Man was one of them. Director Barry Levinson reportedly gave it third billing after Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. Featuring Buick's iconic venti ports, a straight 8 engine, and early automatic transmission technology, the Roadmaster represented post-war American optimism. Cruise became so attached to the car during filming that he was later spotted driving one privately. Whether he officially owns it or not, the Roadmaster remains one of the most meaningful vehicles linked to his career. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more insane celebrity car collections, hit like and subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. Trust me, The garages only get crazier, so like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.